Hey Leo, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for September 25th, 2025. This is for Leo. Last shuffle for Leo. Okay, we got this flipping and it got stuck on my bracelet. That's crazy. Spirit saying that there's new supportive connections coming into your space. They feel like they don't have to do as much, which tells me that something good is happening in your life. Nothing but well being and happiness is coming towards you. So I don't see people being frantic around you, like, oh my gosh, Leo needs so much support. Oh my gosh, I have to help Leo. I feel that the angels are telling me that you are not seeing something very clearly. You're not seeing someone. So a lot of you are not going to feel any longer like you're deficient or as much. Like as the day passes, you're going to start feeling more empowered. That much I'm seeing. They want you to remind yourself consistently that there's divine timing at play throughout your life. Everything happens on cue. It's a perfect symphony. You may not know the measures coming up, right? They haven't turned the page on the music, but the music will continue, and you have to believe that everyone knows their parts, right? Everyone involved knows the music. So they want you to think first before you judge a situation, because there's no right or wrong when it comes to whatever is happening. Even when it comes to love, you may be basing what you're going to experience or what you're experiencing. You may be basing it off of the off of the past, how someone acted. You may feel or may have felt that you need to be very defensive. You already need to be on guard. And they're saying that's going to also decrease throughout the day. You're not going to feel as guarded as you did or have been feeling towards a person if you are in a romantic connection, which is great because I do see someone who has already, it's like you already are just prepared to be like, and you said what again? um, Spirits like, don't judge someone's behavior right off the rip because they're not acting the way they used to act. Okay, so that's a beautiful thing. I love that. They're saying that there's no waste, nothing is wasted, no one's wasting time, really. That much they're wanting you also to understand. People are wanting to support you. Every Almost every action that people in your life are taking is more to support you. Okay, because I'm seeing new supportive connections. This more so looks like newly supportive. So they could have been supporting you in one way, and they may have been offensive in their support. They may have been you could have taken some of their behavior any kind of way. Okay, it feels like this has been a long road or a long time coming, and now things are falling in line. Things are falling in sync. You want to use the color magenta. Magenta is an interesting color because it helps to connect to your deepest inner knowing, and so that one aspect of things connects your intuition. So deep down, regardless of what the surface is, you'll understand what someone is trying to say, what they're trying to convey, or what they're really truly trying to do. You'll be able to see it, and it will be easier for you to to be effortless when it comes to love in general, right? And it's not just romantic love that we're talking about. It's about um, mm, knowing that you are loved, knowing that things are happening in divine timing, right? It'll be effortless for you to see it. The vast universe, yeah, because you have the Five of Pentacles, Page of Wands, King of Wands, and the Fool. The decrease in this is you not having to take the control and to automatically assert yourself in a space where you're like, I have to protect myself. I'm going to have to defend myself. I already know that they're coming with some BS. So I'm already prepared to let them have it if they open their mouth. That is hilarious to me. I'm sorry. That's funny. Guys, I've actually been in that position personally quite a bit, where I'm like, I already know who you are. I've dealt with this kind of energy before from you, so I'm just going to be ready to let you know to hush before you even open it. Now, vast universe is King of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So the vast universe is telling me that you're being led to a place of openness, of love, of happiness, of emotional fulfillment and contentment. You're being led that in that direction. there's a lot of well-being and beauty around you. I'm seeing that you're going to feel like you have what you need regardless of whether you do. Like you may be missing an ingredient and it seems like the meal still comes out stupendously amazing, right? And so they're showing that aspect. They're showing a lot of emotional well-being, a lot of inspiration, feeling free, excitable, beautiful energy, especially as it involves children. I'm seeing that that will be a very complicit energy. Leos are notorious for being just for loving children. It almost feels like whenever we do or a profession for perfect for Leo is one where there's a lot of children happy and laughing and smiling and like you know just a happier environment involving the youth and involving youthful energy. Most Leos I know are just amazing with children, whether we want them or not, whether we want to have children or not. It's like we come alive around a child, and most right, most. I'm not going to just throw that on every Leo, but I noticed that. Professional assistance is the Three of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, because most of the time it won't be a selfish reason why a Leo is like, I don't want to have children. It would be because I want to be able to give my best to a child and I'm just not there. You know what I mean? And that's still the well-being and the youthful energy still is being respected there. But professional assistance tells me that this is some or people that are coming in that are, it almost feels like very focused on independence, very focused on also taking care of, being responsible. So there's an independence, but there's a codependence, right? And the independence aspect is I'm going to make sure I take care of myself. That way and that way I'm supportive of you so that you're not having to focus so much on whether or not I'm okay. I'm being, making sure that I'm independent in the ways that would matter for you, where it would free you up, give you the freedom that you need. um, it would feel at first like it won't feel very positive at first, which is why Spirit's asking you to think before you judge. And I'm seeing angel number 5555, so that tells me that this would be a beneficial situation, but you may feel like you're being victimized, like why are now, oh, all of a sudden now you don't need me, kind of thing. Because most Leos, we need to be needed by someone. We don't want to be in a situation where we're not needed by the person, not necessarily in a, oh, I'm paying all the bills kind of vibe, but more of like I not needed like in a toxic way. There are some toxic Leos that are like, yeah, I need them to need me, so I'm going to make sure they have nothing, so they have to look at me. But more of an energy of like you're an integral aspect of the family or the tribe, right? You think about the Leo, the lion pride. Uh, every every member is necessary. Every member has a role that is very important and integral. There's not one that isn't vital to the pride, to the life of the pride or the survival of the pride. And so I see that you're going to benefit from people becoming more independent, and it makes life a lot more interesting. It's almost like divine timing, right when things are becoming critical mass, where you may feel overwhelmed by something. All of a sudden, things just settle. Things do get better. You need to adapt to the shift. Um, Everything's working out for the best, truly. You're accomplishing what you set out to do. Everything is working perfectly. Spirit wants you to know that no matter what, in the end, everything just comes together. Divine timing is heavy in this. Perfect timing, which means sometimes when divine timing comes in or perfect timing comes in, that is usually it feels wrong first because it's not according to your design, but it ends up being the best thing ever for you. Almost thankful later that, oh my gosh, I'm so glad this happened. But in the moment, you don't feel so glad. You feel like, why? Why? I already had all the stuff set up, right? A consciousness of lack is the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Cups. So, a consciousness of lack would tell me that there's not a bored, dull moment in your space at all today. No dull, bored moments. There's not even really issues to deal with. There's just nothing but clarity to confusing issues. You're, as the day progresses, you're going to gain more clarity about things that maybe you were just like, I'm not even sure about. You're going to gain clarity to the also to the fact that as things change, as others are becoming more independent of you, um, what ends up happening in that is less burden. You may not even realize that you're overwhelmed, that you're burning the candle on both ends. You may not even realize it until all these things come about. Then you're like, wow, actually, I'm glad. Later on in the future, of course, you're going to look back and go, I'm so glad these things happened because I was on my way to burning out and I didn't even realize it. Now, when it comes to love, I feel that Spirit wants you to understand that divine timing is at play in your love life. They want you to understand that there's no right or wrong in that in your connection. It's just an opportunity to expand your understanding of life and love, and especially for the long-term relationships. There's something about not judging the situation, but to look at it from a space of like it's all love. You know what I'm saying? It's all love, whatever it is, whatever we need it to be. Because I see someone losing a tad bit of clarity in that situation, not and maybe feeling like time has been wasted, like they wasted my time, my energy. And the reality is that nothing is wasted. Everything happened as exactly as it should have happened. Everything is happening as it should happen now, right? Um, so I hope that makes sense because it's making sense to me a little bit. I mean, it feels like I'm talking to myself about this one, but I may have to listen to it again later because I'm gonna be honest. Most of the time when I do these, I don't remember anything about it later, and then I go back and I'm like, "Whoa, did I say that?" You know, I I don't, and then I listen and I'm like, "Wow, this pertains to me." Grateful that I did it generally because it's very difficult to read for yourself because you're of course biased and you know what you want to see, and you it's easy for you to be like, well, I mean, it could be this way, and then you find out later, no, it's exactly verbatim what it was saying. So I don't even know why I try to make it fit to what I wanted it to fit to. But today is a universal 7 day, and so this would be a day where Spirit's sending a lot of people to help you to pursue new opportunities that require a long-term commitment in this energy. So this could be like it's perfect timing where someone comes in to assist something, but this is like a long-term commitment to. So this could be a child gaining their independence, an adult child or close to adult child that may have been completely dependent on you, and now they're gaining their independence. And people may be coming in to not necessarily replace, but it's like divine timing. Now someone steps in and is able to help with that transition. I'm also seeing I mean, because I see children, I see a parent and child also. So that could be an indication of that. I'm also seeing someone helping you or offering a new opportunity. At first, it seems like it's a hair too much for like what you've got going on your plate, but it ends up being something way better than anything you ever thought. You know what I mean? It's all of its divine timing for you. You need to say whatever I choose to believe becomes true for me, and you want to believe that you want to choose to believe that everything happens for a reason and nothing is wasted, not your time, your energy, your resources, or your love. So yeah, that's a pill to swallow, ain't it? So you could be dealing with an Aries. That's the main sign. I'm also seeing Pisces, Capricorn, Sagittarius. Those are also main ones. And another Leo, or another Leo. So you could be dealing with a Sagittarius Capricorn cusp or a Capricorn Aquarius cusp, Aquarius Pisces cusp, Pisces Aries cusp, or a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp. Also, I'm seeing year of the dog may be significant, and that also speaks to a level of loyalty. So many of you may have a skewed vision of loyalty at this point only because someone is not they're changing up on you, and they're saying that you may feel like this person is not equipped or ready to be. So that's another aspect of things. Like this particular child, you may feel like is not ready, developed. You may feel like they're very naive. For some of you, this may cause a lot of emotional distress. I'm seeing some of that here. It doesn't have to be a child. Don't get me wrong, but I'm seeing that you have to trust that that people around you are very clever and hardworking and trustworthy, and everyone will succeed. Year of the dog may be significant by it could explain the energy that you're involved, like you're in the energy we just discussed, and then it could represent the years you were born or someone significant to you was born. So year of the dog would be 2018, 2006. This also could be the years that something else kicked off, like something started, like the struggles or something here. 2018, 2006, 1994, 82, 70, 58, 46, and 34, right? So if you could be dealing with those signs, or those signs could be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.